Hi viewers, welcome to the channel and to a new video. In this video, we'll try to design the sheet metal model entirely on the sheet metal workbench. As you saw in a previous video of sheet metal workbench, there have been improvements to this workbench, and in this video, we will see specifically how to create holes using a tool from the sheet metal workbench. Let's see how to do that. As usual, let's first create a new document pressing empty file, and also let's change from part-time workbench to the sheet metal workbench. Just go to workbench selector and select sheet metal workbench in this list. As you can see here, we have the 3D model, we have this bench here, these holes, these pockets, and the next step is to create the base shape, and I consider this face here as the base shape. Let's go to our document and use this tool here. Just click on this icon, and here we have our first salt. We have this shape here, and we must change this to a flat shape. To do that, we go to the task panel, we go to the base shape type, and we change here to this first option, flat, and now we have this. Let's go to the drawing page. As we can see here, we don't have a dimension that shows the thickness of this part here, but we have these two dimensions here, 106.2 millimeters and 105. So we can set a formula here on this space here. We can say 106.2 millimeters minus 105 millimeters, and this will set the thickness of this part to 1.2 millimeters. Next, we go to the width and we change here to 8 millimeters, and the length we set 100, like we see on this drawing page. Okay, and we press OK to finish this operation. And here we have the first solid. We have this base shape here. Also, we can see that this base shape is oriented on the XY plane, and this is not good because as we see here on this document, we have the base shape oriented on the right plane, I mean the YZ plane. Okay, what we can do is to use the transformation tool to change the orientation of this base shape here. If we go to this base shape operation and select this, as you can see in these properties here, we don't have an option related to the attachment of this part here. But if we select the body, we can find a similar option. This one here, the placement. If we click on this arrow, we can see here that we have the angle, we have the axis, and the position of this body object. Okay, but I think it's easy to use the transformation tool. So select this body object and right click on mouse and select transform option, and then on this task panel, as you see, the rotation increment, I define it to 90 degrees. So now I rotate this part on the y-axis 9 degrees, and I press OK, and now I have this base shape oriented on the YZ plane, as we see here. Okay, the next step now is to create this band here and also this band here. We'll use this tool here, but first we need to select the correct edges. So just zoom in here, select this edge, and now hold Ctrl key and rotate the model and zoom in. Now select this edge, and now press home on your keyboard and select this tool here. And as you can see, now we have this band. Okay, and if we go to the task panel, we can see that we are in the general tab, and the band type here is set to material outside. Okay, no problems here. We must change the radius here to 5 millimeters, as we see here, 5 millimeters for this external edge here. So let's change here to 5 millimeters, and the angle is 9 degrees, no problems here. Now in the length, we must change here to 40 millimeters, as we see here, this dimension. So just change here to 40. This length here is for this leg here, this face. Okay, so now just press OK, and now let's see if the dimensions that we set for this part here is correct. To do that, we first select this tool here, measure tool, and first we pick the length of this line here, this edge, and as we can see, we have 8 millimeters here, and this is wrong because if we go to the drawing page, we can see that this dimension is the is the distance from this edge here to this edge. Okay, so we have to fix this. So let's close this and go to the bend operation. We have to go to the bend type and change to material inside. Okay, and enter. Now close this tab page here and let's use this tool again. Click on this icon and select this edge here, and now we have 67.6 millimeters, and this is the same dimension like we see here, and this is correct. Now let's reset this and try to get the size of this fillet here. Just click on this arc here, and as we can see we have 6.2 millimeters here, so we have to fix this. Reset this, and now let's pick the length of this edge here. We have 40 millimeters here, so it's okay. Close this, go to the bend operation, and now we have to scroll down to the radius, and you must change here to 5 minus 1.2 millimeters, the value of the thickness, and now I have this. Let's confirm the dimension. Select this tool again, and now just click on this edge, and we have 5 millimeters. So now it's okay. Close this, and let's go to the next operation. Select this edge, and now rotate this model, zoom in and select this edge, control select this edge, press home on your keyboard, and next use this tool again, just click here, and we have this as you can see. Okay, let's zoom in here and go to the task panel. Okay, the radius to 5 millimeters, and the length here we must change to, let's see, on this drawing page. As we see, we have 25 millimeters here. This distance is from this edge to this edge, and we have this fillet here which is 5 millimeters, so we'll set 20 millimeters for this leg here. Okay, and I think it's all. Just press OK, and let's confirm these dimensions. Click on this tool here and pick the length of this edge here. We have 20 millimeters, no problem. Reset, and now we have to get the fillet. As you can see here, we must have a radius of 5 millimeters for this edge here. So let's zoom in here and select this edge. As you can see, we have 6.2 millimeters, and this is not good. Close this and double click on this operation and go to the radius here. Let's say 5 minus 1.2 millimeters, and enter. And now if we select the operation and scroll down to the radius, we see 3.8 millimeters. Just click here and select this edge here, and we have the correct length, 5 millimeters. Close this, go to the workbench selector and select part-time workbench, and next here let's change the draw style. Go to this icon here and select wireframe. Zoom in now, hold Ctrl key and select this edge. Okay, zoom out, select this edge here, and now let's go to here. Okay, this edge, and now this edge here. Next you must select this edge and this one here. Okay, and now select fillet tool and change the radius to 8 millimeters, and then press enter, and we have this as you can see. Now let's go back to the flat line tool style. Just click here on this arrow and select this option, flat lines, and we have this. Okay, let's change to the SheetMetal workbench, and what we'll try to do now is to import the Create Sketch tool to the SheetMetal workbench. Right click on mouse and select this last option, customize, and then go to toolbar step, and on the SheetMetal workbench, add a new toolbar, let's say SheetMetal speed. Okay, and then press OK. Now to select this toolbar here, and here on this page here, let's look for create sketch. Okay, and we have these options here. We must select this first option, the tool of part-time workbench. So select this and then click on this arrow to add this command to the SheetMetal speed toolbar. Okay, and now let's look for the FreeCAD tool of part-time workbench. Select this tool and let's add this tool to the SheetMetal speed toolbar. And now let's look for the mold transform tool, okay, from part design workbench, and add this tool to the SheetMetal speed toolbar. Okay, and we have these three tools here. Let's close this, and as you can see, we have this toolbar here available in our SheetMetal workbench. So let's create a sketch for these two holes here on this side and also in this side here. Let's do that. Let's go to our document, select this face here and create a sketch on this face. What you need to do here is to use the external jump tool to extract each of these fillets, and that way we'll get the center point of these fillets. We need the center points to place the cycles. Okay, so let's go to our document and select external jump tool, extract this edge here, this one here, and we have these two center points. Okay, next select cycle tool and create these two cycles on these two center points. Okay, escape this tool and now just select this cycle and this one here. Click on this arrow and select constraint diameter, and we must set the diameter of 6 millimeters for these holes. Let's say 6 and enter. And now select these two cycles in this way and select symmetry tool. Click on this vertical axis and now we have this. Also, as you can see, we have 4 degrees of freedom. So it means that if we select this cycle and drag this, as you can see, we can move this. So let's use this constraint symmetry tool to full constraint this sketch. So select this tool here, click on this center point, and now this vertical axis, and do the same here for these two center points. And now we have this. Okay, skip 2 times to leave this sketch. And here, to create a hole, we can use this pocket tool here. Just select the pocket tool, and here we have this. Okay, if we press OK, we have this, as you can see. But I want to show you a different way of creating holes using tools of SheetMetal workbench. Just go to the model tab, select this last operation and delete. Now we have only this sketch here. Now to create the holes, what we'll do is to use this sketch and use a tool available here on the SheetMetal workbench to create the holes. First select this face here and then Ctrl select this sketch, and now we have these tools here activated. Click on this tool here, and as you can see, we have this problem. Okay, let's try to fix this. Click on this arrow and double click on this sketch. What we'll do is to change these 2 cycles to construction geometries. Select these 2 cycles and click on this icon, and now close this, and we still have the problem. So okay, let's delete this, select this operation and delete. Okay, let's select this face again, and now this sketch, and use this tool again. Okay, and now as you can see, we have this. Okay, so this is how we can create holes using a tool available in the SheetMetal workbench. We just need to create a sketch on it, on a face, and then use this tool here. But as you can see on this information, this tool here is deprecated. As you can see, we have to use this tool here, extruded cutout. Okay, so let's try to create another holes here on this face. Let's go to this operation, click on this arrow and select this sketch here. Ctrl C to create a copy of this sketch. Use the original selections and Ctrl V to paste this sketch here. Select this sketch and spacebar to make it visible. Drag this sketch into this body here. Okay, now close this arrow and double click here. What you'll do now is to change these 2 cycles to normal geometries and these 2 cycles to construction geometries. The way to do that is to select these all cycles and then click on this tool here, and now we have this, as you can see. Close this sketch, next select this sketch here and control this face here, and then use this tool here. And now we have this. Press OK, and we have the holes, as you can see. Okay, next here, let's create this these three holes here. Okay, just select this face here and now select the create sketch icon, and okay, just rotate this model, click here on this arrow and now click here and we have this. To create this rectangle, let's use the centered rectangle tool. Just click here on this arrow and select centered rectangle and then create the centered rectangle here on the vertical axis. Okay, and next select cycle tool and then create a cycle and another cycle here on this side. Okay, escape this tool, select the cycle and now the cycle and click on this arrow and select constraint diameter tool. This way we'll set a dimension for these two cycles. Okay, the size of this cycle is 3 millimeters as we can see. Let's say 3 and enter. Now I have this. Next, use the constraint symmetric, these two here. Selected this point, and now this point. And now I have this. Next, select this tool here and make this point and this point horizontal, constrain it. And now we have 4 degrees of freedom. Next, let's use this tool. Click on this line here, 25 millimeters. And this line here we have to set 10 millimeters as you see here, and the distance from this cycle to this cycle we must say 35 millimeters, and we have this. Okay, 1 degree of freedom. Now next use the external jump tool and extract this edge here, and now we can set the distance from this center point to this edge. Just click here on this tool, click on this center point, and now on this edge click off and set a distance of 15 millimeters. Okay, now we have this. Escape 2 times and next select this sketch and now control this face here and then these two here. Press OK, and here we have the pocket. Okay, next let's select this face here and create a sketch on this face. Let's rotate this. Okay, just click on front view and now let's select slot tool and create a slot here in this way, horizontal slot. Okay, and here we have this 4 degrees of freedom. Next, what we do, we select the external jump tool and we extract this edge here. Okay, next we use the dimension tool, and the first thing that we set is the length of this line here. So click on this line here and let's set a length of 20 millimeters. Okay, and for this arc here we must set a radius of 1.5, and here we have this. And now the distance from this point to this end point here we must set 10 millimeters, and from here to here we must set a distance of 15 millimeters and enter. Now we have this. Escape 2 times now and select the sketch, and now this face here and this tool. Press OK, and here we have the first pocket. Okay, and now we have to create the linear pattern of this pocket here on this face. The way to do that is to select this last operation and then we'll use a tool of Parts and Workbench, this tool here. Click on this tool here and scroll down, go to transformations, right click on mouse and select this option, add linear pattern, and we can see that we have this problem here. Only additive and subtractive features can be transformed. Okay, let's try that anyway. Let's select base x-axis and let's change the length here to, as we can see, we have 7. Let's say 7 and change the occurrence to 10, I think. And as you can see, nothing happens here. So cancel this operation, and maybe the way to fix this is to delete this operation and use the pocket tool to create the hole. Select this and delete, and now select the sketch here and select pocket tool, and now change here to toggle. As we can see, we have this. Press OK and go to the model tab, select this pocket, and now click in this tool here. Scroll down to transformations, right click on mouse and select the linear pattern operation. Okay, change here to x-axis. Okay, the length to 7 millimeters, change here to 8 and then press OK, and scroll up and press OK. And here we have this, as you can see. Okay, the next step now is to create holes on this face here, like you see on this drawing page. So just select this face here and create a sketch on this face. Rotate this way and zoom in now. Select the external jump tool, extract this edge, and now I have this. Next, click on this icon to use construction geometries. Click here and select rectangle tool. Click here, create this rectangle and create another rectangle. And now select equal constraint, make these two lines equal and the same here. And now change to normal geometries and select cycle tool. Now create a cycle on this point and another cycle on this point. Skip this tool, select the cycle and this one here, and let's set the diameter for these two cycles 1.9 as you see here. Okay, and here we have this. Now use the dimension tool, click on this line here, and you must set a distance of 10 millimeters, and we have this. Now from this center point to this center point, you must set a distance of 1.9 millimeters as we see here. Okay, close the sketch. And now to create the holes, I recommend to use the pocket tool. Don't use this tool here because you will have problems on the multiform tool. Okay, so select this sketch, okay, and then select pocket tool, and here we have the holes. Okay, next press home, go to the model tab, select this pocket, and now click on multiform tool. Scroll down, go to transformations, right click on mouse, and the first operation will be linear pattern. Scroll down now, we go to the duration, let's change to y-axis. Okay, let's go to y-axis, and then let's change the length here to, as you can see, okay, let's say 57.6 millimeters, and then let's change to the right view. Okay, let's say -10 here, and okay, here we have this. And next, let's change the number of occurrence to, let's say 10, and here we have this. Let's say 12. And we have this. Let's press OK. Right click on mouse again and select linear pattern. Now scroll down and change the duration to x-axis. Okay, and reverse duration, and the length here will set 40. Set 40 here, and change number of occurrence to 8. Okay, and check this option. And here we have these, as you can see. Now scroll up and press OK. And here we have the final model. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video useful, please don't forget to hit like and share this video with your friends. Okay, and if you want to support the content of the channel, you can do that. Just go to the description of the video and you'll find a link to the channel's Ko-Fi page. Or you can visit the channel's Ko-Fi shop and buy these ebooks that is appearing on the screen now. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next video.